Good afternoon and welcome back to Mindful May. I forget what day we're on because I am so tired. I don't know whether I'm coming or going. And I have equally got, still got a black nose from the fancy dress that I did last night, and I just cannot get rid of the black colouring on the end of my nose, but hey ho. So today's theme is about protecting our peace, and I just want to go through a little exercise that I try to do every Sunday to help protect my peace in the coming week. But before we do that, I want us to just take a moment to drop out of our monkey mind into our bodies, to find our breath. And I'm gonna show you a technique which I adore. It's called the physiological sigh, and it's brilliant because it helps to bring some energy into our system, but at the same time it's calming. It's a real balancing breathwork technique. But for me, sometimes if I'm feeling a little bit tired and I just need that get up and go, this is brilliant. But at the same time, it's keeping me calm. It's not over activating me. So the way that this works is you're going to take 2 inhales through the nose. So inhale, and then you're going to do a pop at the top, like a sniff. And what we're doing there is we're inhaling into our lungs, and then that extra sniff is just popping open the alveoli, which are the little like air sacs. That's where all the gas exchange goes on within our body. So that's how the oxygen exchanges and gets passed around our body. So far too many of us don't breathe properly, and that's another subject for another day. But this is just an awesome way to really get like a shot of oxygen into your bloodstream. So we inhale once and then do that sniff, pop open the alveoli, get the oxygen into our bloodstream, but then we do a long exhale, which is balancing out the CO2, the carbon dioxide in our body. This is an awesome breathwork technique. So let's do this together. So just get yourself comfortable wherever you are. You can close down your eyes if you want or leave them open. It's completely up to you. And all you're going to do, inhale through the nose, fill up your belly, fill up your lungs, and then a sniff at the top, and then long exhale through the mouth. Let's go again. Now, I really like to vocalize the exhale. That really tones the vagus nerve. It taps into our parasympathetic nervous system. Let's do this for a few more times. Let's do 2 more. Excellent. I feel a bit more energized already, which is great. So, protecting our peace. Why is this important? Well, as women, mums, we can have very busy schedules, lots of demands on our time, on our energy, on our finances, on everything. And sometimes this can become really overwhelming. It can really drain us. It can put so much stress and pressure on us. Stress and pressure that we don't need. And stress and pressure potentially that we could avoid or reorganize somehow. So as my good friend Rosanna from Rosy Glow often says, we need to put up our fuck off fences and our bullshit barriers. That being, we need to protect our peace. And I know that this is difficult, and I've got some notes here that I'm going to kind of read from because I am very tired today, but I just wanted to really clarify some points for you, which I feel are really important. So for fear of being judged, we forget that we can still be kind. We can still have a big, open and a good heart and still say no to people, including family members, friends, employees, employers, and neighbours. Setting boundaries is crucial to ensure that we don't end up living our entire lives just to please or impress others. But before we can draw our own boundaries, we have to define our priorities. That being, we have to take personal responsibility for our time, our money, our energy, our schedule, and our well-being. So what is a priority for us? And this is something that I think it's really important to just sit down and take 5 minutes, just sit there in quiet, in silence, breathe, and just scribble out, perhaps without even thinking about it, what is a priority for you? What are your non-negotiables? And I'm going to add in here, I really feel like you should put self-care and regular pauses to breathe as an absolute must when it comes to your non-negotiables. Please, please, please make your self-care and your regular pauses a non-negotiable. Because without having a list of our priorities and what is important to us, it's difficult for us to then set boundaries. And without our boundaries, other people may drain us, but through no fault of their own. How are they to know if they have crossed a line if we didn't set out that line in the first place? We teach others how to treat us. We teach people how to treat us. So really, really take a few moments to just define for you what are your priorities. Now, as mums, and I know that we're not potentially all mums here, but we all have people who perhaps look up to us, who need us, who rely on us. So perhaps, priorities for them. So for instance, this week I have lots of medical appointments for my children. They are non-negotiables. They have to be done. It's to protect my children's well-being and their health. So that's a priority. But then what other things that are going on in your week this week are necessities, and what could you strip back a little bit to protect your peace? So really take a moment to look at your week ahead. So I'm going to give you a few little ideas here. So decision fatigue is something which is so freaking draining. Every day thinking, right, what do I need to do today? What am I going to cook for dinner today? What am I going to wear today? These are all things that we could potentially plan in advance to take away that decision fatigue every day. So look at meal planning on a Sunday. I will often do that. Okay, what can I cook on a Sunday that's going to be there during the week, so I don't have to think every day, oh, I've got to find time to cook and I've got all this on and all this on. So meal planning, choosing what clothes you're going to wear for the week, putting them out in advance, making sure they're available, thinning out your schedule. So fill into everything in your schedule for the next week. And when I say feel into this, drop out of your mind into your body and feel within your body, how does each thing in your schedule for the week feel within your body? And if it's not a necessity, feel into it. Does it resonate? Does it have a positive vibration to it? Or does it have a negative vibration to it? And if it has a negative vibration to it, can you cancel it or delay it? Or perhaps even negotiate it? For instance, if a friend desperately needs you to help them, obviously we want to help our friends. But if you also have like a work deadline or something that you need to get done, perhaps you could compromise by stating, okay, well, I can come for an hour to help you, but just 1 hour, and stand by that. Protect your own peace. And one other thing I will say for us ladies, look at your hormone cycles, your natural biorhythms, your menstrual cycles. And this applies whether you still have your menstrual cycle or if you're menopausal. You can look at your particular times of the month and tune into what times of the month are better for having a busier schedule and what times of the month you really have to strip back on your schedule. So for instance, there are particular times of the month where we have more estrogen in our bodies. And estrogen gives us more energy, it makes us more sociable and more communicative. So therefore, I will look at my month ahead and I will say, right, okay, so this week is a really good week to put in that event, to schedule that appointment, to do this, to do that, to do this. Then there are other times of the month where progesterone levels will naturally be on the rise and too much stress Madame Progesterone, she does not like stress. And if you pile too much into your weeks where your progesterone levels are rising, you're going to feel it with, feeling really heavy, really drained, extra premenstrual tension and premenstrual symptoms. So I really look at my sort of month ahead and look at, okay, so where am I? What are my hormones up to? How can I support my hormones to support and protect my peace? And this is something which I'm really passionate about. So if you are really interested in learning more about your menstrual cycles and how to schedule things in your month to support your menstrual cycles, to support your hormones, to support your nervous system, and to protect your peace, then watch this space, because I will be sharing more about that and potentially running workshops on that, because I think it's crucial for us women to really take control of our lives and to empower ourselves. So again, looking every Sunday, just take stock of your week ahead. Really feel into it, what feels good, what doesn't feel good, what can be thinned out, what can be cancelled, what can be delayed, what can be negotiated on. Protect your peace. Protect your peace at all costs. If anything costs you your inner peace, then it's too expensive. So on that note, I am going to leave you all to go away, to breathe, and to feel into what you can do to protect your peace over the coming week. So as everything begins and ends with the breath, I'm going to invite you to just take 3 deep, nourishing, nurturing breaths with me. So inhaling in through the nose, filling up belly, filling up chest. Long exhale. And again. Long exhale. Let's do one more. And long exhale. And as always, I'm going to take out my cards and choose as a card. Okay. I love these cards so much. So much words of witty wisdom. Oh, okay. Oh, one always jumps out. Here we go. Okay. So this is the sod-off seahorse. And it says on the back, pissed off with people, situations incoming that are getting on your tits, present circumstances a pain in the arse. You know that you can just tell the world to sod off politely or otherwise. Be strong with your boundaries and work on your coping mechanisms right now. Shout it out. Oh, and breathe. So apt. Anyway, have fun putting up your fuck off fences and bullshit boundaries. Protect your peace at all costs. You're worth it. Love you all.